So Beyonce was recently on the cover of Time magazine, and she was because she made the cut for the list of 100 most influential people. I don't know if this is controversial or not, but I don't even think that's like, I don't think you can argue against it, you know? Like, and a lot of people try to make the case, if you're going to make a list of the 100 most influential people, shouldn't you obviously have, like, policymakers on there, or whatever, political activism leaders, people who are fighting for peace, or whatever the case is? I actually disagree with that, because if we're talking about just raw numbers, like how many people are being influenced, Beyonce is influencing a lot of people. Whether or not you agree or disagree with what she's doing or whatever, or her form of art or her music, doesn't matter. She's definitely influencing people. Well, Bill O'Reilly saw the situation that she's on the cover of Time and she's one of the most influential people, and he sees a massive conspiracy that's all about him.
The factor tip of the day, the Time 100 most influential people. On the cover, singer Beyonce, who I recently criticized for putting out a video that may have a negative effect on young girls. In the video, Miss Beyonce is cavorting around, doing all kinds of explicit things, saying all kinds of explicit things. I would have ignored this had it been pretty much anyone else, but with President Obama putting together the very fine My Brother's Keeper program, I feel Beyonce should wise up. Now, I'm sure Time magazine heard that, and this could be a little in your face, O'Reilly, to Beyonce's benefit. Certainly possible. Factor tip of the day, we will have a report on this tomorrow evening.
He just gave himself credit for Beyonce being on the cover of Time magazine and being one of the most influential people. Bill, come on, man. Come on, man. I have never in my life seen somebody more narcissistic than him. How are you going to give yourself credit for that, man? He sees this conspiracy like, well, obviously, they saw that I did the report on her where I said that her music video was too risque and she's sending a bad message to kids, and then they decided, well, we should actually throw this back in O'Reilly's face by putting her on the cover of Time magazine and making her one of the most influential people. Obviously, it's all because of Bill O'Reilly. Bill, look, man. Clearly, see, here's the thing. He dates himself. That's obvious, and he's a huge narcissist. But you have to at least try to be more objective and at least do a little bit of research about Beyonce before you make such a fool of yourself. Beyonce Knowles is Knowles Carter is fucking gigantic. She is a pop culture icon. You know, again, whether you like her music, don't like her music, it's irrelevant. The fact of the matter is, her and Jay-Z is one of the most legendary, well-known rappers of all time. Beyonce's been performing since, the 1990s, and she's gotten continued to get even more and more popular ever since. You know, this past year, what did she do? Didn't she do the thing where she released an album, you know, when, didn't even tell anybody, and, the fucking internet exploded about that shit, and it was, huge story. Again, whether you agree or disagree or like her music or don't like her music, it's all irrelevant. There's no question that she is incredibly influential. Did you know, I looked on Twitter earlier today, just for shits and giggles, to see what's going on with her. Okay, I think her Twitter account, there's 8 tweets there. Okay, get this. It doesn't look like she wrote any of them. It looks like they were all, promotional shit from, an agent or something, right? Even with a Twitter account that only has 8 tweets, because it has the name Beyonce there, over 13 million followers. She is gigantic. No, Bill, you had absolutely nothing to do with Beyonce being influential or getting on the cover. I mean, the size of this guy's head is unbelievable. And he also has this victim complex where he thinks well, I'm anti-establishment and the big-time establishment is always coming after me. But that's so silly because, number one, nobody really cares about you. We do because our job is to correct you. Our job is to, get all the facts out there about politics, and the right-wingers lie the most. But also the idea that you're anti-establishment. You're not anti-establishment, dude. Okay, you're against Hollywood. But Hollywood is just entertainment, okay? When we talk about the establishment, I'm talking about real players in the country. So Wall Street, those people, the heads of the big banks, the heads of the financial institutions, the politicians, the establishment politicians on the Republican side and the Democratic side. And guess what? All the Republican establishment guys love Bill O'Reilly. He always makes their arguments for them. All the Wall Street guys love Bill O'Reilly. Did you know that when the 2008 Great Recession happened and the subprime mortgage crisis and the stock market tanked, Bill O'Reilly was the only conservative talker who wanted to come out and argue for the bailout? Yes, give a blank check to all of these Wall Street guys and that's great. We want that to happen. And he's arguing I'm anti-establishment. You are the definition of the establishment. You always carry water for the establishment. You're always looking out for them and not looking out for the average person and the middle-class person. And all the policies you like are the ones that fuck those people over. So this victim complex that he has and this feeling because I came out against Beyonce, then that's why they put her on the cover. Man, get over yourself, dude. Look, don't get me wrong. He has the #1 show, the #1 cable news show. But you have to realize the average age of his audience is about 70 years old. That's a fact, okay? So he's doing his show to a bunch of old white people who are on the way out. They're dying. The thought that, everybody else is monitoring what he does, Hollywood executives and producers and directors and, people in the music industry are like, guys, what did O'Reilly say last night? Because we have to obviously respond to what he did. That idea is so made up and so silly, and it shows how gigantic his legendary ego is.